Oh, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very, very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And on this Sunday Stuff and Things, I have many stuffs and things to talk about, including upcoming videos, several things to talk about for Stuff and Things Plays and for Stuff and Things. We've got a lot on the slate. On the docket, on the calendar, coming up on both channels. I'm going to have some feedback from last week's episode, the midweek episode where I talked about my personality traits, taking a Myers-Briggs-like personality test. We will also do something kind of new this episode. We are going to let you pick my next review, sort of, but we'll get into that when we get to that. And then, of course, we will have your questions, comments, concerns in hashtag askstuffandthings. So let's get into this. All right, I mentioned upcoming videos. First of all, on Stuff and Things Plays, the Hitman 2 series is almost over. I seem to have lost most of you in that series, but it's still funny, it's still good. Please, go over there to Stuff and Things Plays and watch those videos. I think I posted those so long ago. I think that this week is the last week of Hitman. There may be one more episode next week, and then we'll be starting Valheim, and that's rather fun as well. So please check that out on Stuff and Things Plays. And then this week, coming up on Stuff and Things, I have done a very exciting first impressions video. And the blend that I did, or the blend that I tried for the first time, is this. Is that in the light properly? Germain's Brown Flake. Yes, a JF Germain and Sons blend Brown Flake. This is one that was sent to me by a very, very nice viewer. I've had it in my possession for a while, and I guess I was sort of saving it for a special occasion, but I went through this big box I have of all these different blends, looking for the next blend, because I actually wanted to do a blend this week, a first impressions video blend, and I didn't receive it in time, so I was looking through what can I do, and I picked out Germain's Brown Flake, and let me tell you, it's good. I've only done the first impressions video, but it is very good. It is very unique. It has such an interesting character to it. There's some controversy as to what exactly is in it. I don't do too much research before I do a first impressions video. I save that mostly for after I've experienced it for the first time, because I don't want to color my impressions that much. And then when I'm researching the final review, I will look into, okay, are these components the actual components? Is there any disagreement about that? And I have found some people saying, but even though I was only preliminarily looking into this blend, I found some people saying that, okay, this is only Virginia, and all the marketing around this says that there is only Virginia in this blend, but then some people claim, no, there's also Burley, Kentucky, even maybe Samoa. I'm going to try to get to the bottom of that, but for the first impressions video, my Lord, I don't want to jump the queue, whatever. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I haven't done the full review yet. I need to enjoy this for a couple weeks or so. But initial impressions, this is one of the most positive initial impressions I've ever had on a blend. I really like Virginia blends, and I really like Germain blends, so I was predisposed to enjoy this, but man, that's good. Good stuff. And then also I mentioned that I wanted to try to get a video done soon where I take nature photos with my new 600mm, the Canon RF 600mm f11 STM lens. Unfortunately, every single weekend has been really crappy weather-wise, and that is not a weather-sealed lens. It is a cheaper kind of budget lens, even for a super telephoto. And so if it's raining, I can't really use it. And also because it has such a narrow f11 aperture, you need better lighting conditions. You need pretty good broad daylight to go out there and shoot. Even though I've gotten some pictures, some really decent pictures without having a sunny day in overcast and things like that. But ideally it would be a sunny day. So hopefully soon weather conditions will permit and I will be able to do a video on that. But yeah, I think that's what's coming up in the immediate future on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. Next, I posted a video last Wednesday where I took a Myers-Briggs-like personality test. I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of people seem to enjoy the video quite a bit. But there were some people who were quite shocked by my results. I ended up getting, and I wrote this down so I would remember, INFJ, the Advocate. And some people were assuming I would get different traits. They would assume that, what was it, ENF? I can't remember all these different traits, but some people were quite shocked. They're like, this is insane. I didn't think that you would ever get that. And I was even a little skeptical of the results when I was reading them over at the end of that video. I was like, does this sound like me? Does this not sound like me? So I took the test 2 more times, and both of the times I took it, I got different results. So 3 different times I took the test, 3 different results. Take that for what you will. I still found it to be a kind of fun, entertaining little exercise, taking tests like this. I don't put too much stock in any of these things, but it is sort of fun because as you take these tests and think about these sorts of things, you do gain a little bit of insight into yourself. Even if it's just you contemplating the questions that you have to answer, it makes you actually think about the things that you may or may not believe in a way that you may not do on a day-to-day basis, you know? You make decisions and often they're just snap decisions or they're kind of intuitive and you don't really think of why am I making these decisions. And so it's an interesting sort of glimpse inside yourself, I guess. Even if the results themselves aren't always the most accurate, they're fun to do. So if you haven't checked that video out, it posted last Wednesday. It was titled, I think I had the wrong title on it first. I had a Sunday Smoke or a Sunday Stuff and Things title on it first. Just accidentally, I don't know how that happened, but then I changed it. So it should say like, am I a creep? I take the Myers-Briggs personality test. The jury's still out on whether or not I'm a creep, by the way. All right, next. I said that I was going to let you pick my next pipe blend review. That isn't exactly true. I mean, it's kind of true, but we already know that I'm going to be doing, I did the first impressions video today that will be posting this Wednesday of Germain's Brown Flake. And then the review of this will come after that. And then we also have another blend that is in the line, and that is McFadin HH Virginia Flake, or Pure Virginia Flake. That's going to be after Germain's Brown Flake. But while I was looking through my big box of blends and trying to find out what I was going to do next, I came across quite a few more. And so out of these blends that I have here, I would like you to choose what will be next in line. So we have Germain's Brown Flake, then we have HH Pure Virginia Flake, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other blends for you to pick from. So starting with this, we have Robert McConnell, the original Moderno. Robert McConnell, the original Moderno. Is that the blend you would like me to do next? Or would you rather me do Hearth and Home, Smoky Mountain? Is that the blend you'd like me to do next? Hearth and Home, Smoky Mountain. Or Hearth and Home, Bright Night. Bright Night by Hearth and Home. We also have Robert McConnell, the original Scottish Cake. Interesting. Is that something you would enjoy? We have Wessex Sovereign Curly Cut. Wessex Sovereign Curly Cut right there. Don't know much about this one. We have Brebbia Latakia Flake. Interesting. I like this tin too, by the way. Latakia Flake number 9, sorry. Latakia Flake number 9 by Brebbia. We also have Freiburg and Traer Special Brown Flake right there. Freiburg and Traer Special Brown Flake. And then we also have Esoterica Tobaciana Stonehaven. Interesting choices. So, I'm not going to do this really scientifically or anything, but if you guys just let me know in the comment section below which blend out of these 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, out of these 8 blends, which one that you would prefer, I will try to sort of gauge the mood of the room, and that will be the next blend after Germain's Brown Flake and HH Pure Virginia Flake by McFadin. Fun stuff, and that doesn't mean that these episodes are going to be one after another. We will intersperse other things, throughout the weeks. But as far as pipe blend reviews, that's going to be the order. So let me know. All right, gang, and now it is time for hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Please send in your questions. I love getting your questions. I love answering your questions on the Sunday Stuff and Things. It helps me out. It gives me topics, gives me things to discuss, and it helps everyone else out because many people have some of the same questions. So if you would like to ask me a question, you can tweet at @SATBradley with the hashtag #AskStuffandThings, or you could do YouTube. That's one way. YouTube comments. You can also go via Patreon if you are a Patreon supporter. But the first question comes from a Patreon supporter, but it was came via Twitter. Our good friend Ryan McFadin. Ryan says, or at Ryan McFadin, Ryan says, "Hi Bradley. So I just picked up a Lamy 2000. Ooh, as my first fountain pen. Do you have any suggestions for good all-around inks? Also, are there holy grail pens you'd love to eventually own?" Congratulations on the Lamy 2000. It's still probably my favorite just all-around fountain pen. Inks for that, I really love the Pilot Iroshizuku line, and I really love tsuki-yo, so TSUKI-YO, tsuki-yo, Pilot Iroshizuku. It is a beautiful blue-black, like midnight blue, and it's really versatile because you can use it for, professional work if you have to. But it's also just a really pretty ink. It has a lot of sheening to it. There's sort of a red sheen you can get to it. It's a really, really nice ink. I love it a lot. The whole Iroshizuku line is really beautiful. I like a lot of diamine inks as well, or diamine. I always forget which one it is. But yeah, look into tsuki-yo, or just the entire Pilot Iroshizuku line. A lot of people like Konpeki too, but that's kind of a lighter blue. I like the tsuki-yo. Thank you for the question, Ryan. Next, from Faux Finch at FauxFinchSK. Movie trailer voice, please. These days, I'm watching and thoroughly enjoying your Fallout playthrough adventure on the SAT channel. I love your commentary. Also, how's life on Bradium? Any new developments, projects? Hashtag #AskStuffandThings. Bradium. This is weird because when Diamond and I were playing Minecraft, or she was watching me play Minecraft. I had done a Minecraft series on Stuff and Things Plays, but then I was also playing a world on my Switch, and she was watching me do that. I named our world Bradium, as Brad and Diamond together, Bradium. That's very strange. Did you just come up with that? Was that convergent evolution? Any new development projects? Stuff I mentioned, things that we're working on for upcoming videos and things like that. There's something that I have a germ of, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do it or not, and I kind of need to figure out, first of all, if I'm going to do it, and if I do it, how I'm going to do it, and also how I would fit it in, because it would be an extra video every week on the Stuff and Things channel. And I just don't know if I have the bandwidth to be able to pull that off, but it's something that I think could be really cool. But I don't want to mention it yet because then people might get their hopes up and it might not happen. So just stay tuned. Maybe something. There might be an extra video every week. We'll see. But thanks for the question, Faux Finch. Next from Jens Anderson. How are we doing on time here? I think we're doing all right here. It's a little shorter Sunday Stuff and Things this week, so I've got a lot to do this week. Jens Anderson at jensand67936905. Hi Bradley, have you ever tried H.H. McBaron Pure Virginia? If not, I can say it is fantastic, but not before it is over 1 year old. So here's the question. Can you do something to make a tea grow older more quickly? I just got 10 boxes with the tea, but to wait a year is a long time. I hope you understand my question. Thanks for the question, Jen. Jens, coincidentally, H.H. McBaron Pure Virginia, or McBaron H.H. Pure Virginia Flake will be the review, or the first impressions, then the review after Germain's Brown Flake. So there you go. We'll be getting to that. Can you do something to make a tea grow older more quickly? Not really. There isn't really any substitute for age on a tin. This one is from 2018, this particular tin, so you've got a few years of age on there. That's kind of the sweet spot for a lot of Virginia blends. I mean, not necessarily a sweet spot, because Virginia blend, you could put 10 years of age on it and it would still be great. But I've noticed that, especially with tins of things like Elizabethan, which I've had more experience with, if it has 1 or 2 years on there, it is a little better, but I don't think it's so much better that I wouldn't ever want to dip into a fresh tin. So, I don't know, if you can just put enough away for yourself that you have, if it's that important to you to have an aged tin, at least a year age on it, just put enough away that you can get to it in a year. Date it, put a date on it, and then you're like, okay, it's June of 2023. It's time to open this tin now. That's all I could really think of. But thanks for the question. Next, from Hamoud Al-Hamoud at HMH646. Hello, Bradley. Lately I started to rewatch your old tea reviews, and it caught my attention that most of them include ads in the middle. And I watched the first impression of Haunted Bookshop, and it has 3 ads, front, middle, finish. I have many questions, thinking face. Oh, I guess that was the emoji that got translated. Did YouTube go easy? There's some translation issues here. Did YouTube go easy on their regulations? Do they let you monetize on such content? Do the ads appear for viewers in the States, or is it because I am in the Middle East? Because lately I started to see more ads in tea review videos, and if YouTube is profiting without letting the creators know about it, that will be a low move from YouTube. Edit, 4 ads in the first impression of Haunted Bookshop, 2 in the start, up, 1 middle, 1 finish. Okay, so I don't know about every single video, but almost every single video that has to do with tea or pipe blends has been demonetized on my end. There are some that still have some of the older ones. I don't know why exactly. I don't know if just the algorithm didn't get to them. Anything new that I post cannot be monetized. I don't even bother monetizing it anymore. And when I look through, especially all my most popular videos, if they have anything to do with this, then they are not monetized. I don't know if there's a difference between videos that play in the Middle East versus ones in the US. Also, the amount of ads seems kind of crazy, because before, when I would post videos, even when I was able to monetize those videos several years back, I only put 1 in the middle. So I don't know if they're just automatically throwing more on there. I'm not exactly sure, but if I look at my YouTube creator page from my end and I look at videos that are demonetized, it is primarily almost every single tea video that I have, any video that focuses on pipe blends and the pipe hobby. So yeah, I don't know exactly. I think maybe you just happened to find some that didn't get caught by the algorithm yet, and you know, more get demonetized all the time. But yeah, pretty much anything new, especially anything from the last like 3 or 4 years, is not going to be monetized. But thank you for the question. I think, oh no, we have one more via YouTube. This is from Aaron H. Why do you always wear a hat? I get this question quite a bit. People sometimes get irritated. I don't think Aaron was necessarily irritated that I'm wearing a hat. I wear a hat a lot because my hair is dumb and it always looks stupid. So I wear a hat often. I mean, I don't always wear a hat, but I often do wear a hat. I'm actually kind of missing the shaved head that I was sporting. I guess it was kind of early winter that I first did that, maybe November. And that was nice. That was really nice. You can take a shower and basically you step out of the shower, you're dry already, or at least your head is dry. It's nice that you can wake up in the morning and your hair isn't messed up. I wake up and my hair is just like in this weird, it looks like a starfish or some sort of sea creature coming out of the side of my head. It's like, my hair is the texture of pipe cleaners almost, where you can just sort of kink it and then it stays there and there's nothing you can do for it until you take a shower. So if it's all messy, even if I put water in it and try to comb it down, it just will not go down. It won't do what I want it to do. It's irritating. So that's why I often wear a hat. Thank you for the question, Aaron H. But now, gang, it's time for the very best part of the show, and that is where I thank the Patreon supporters for their support of the two channels. If you would like to support these channels, Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays, via Patreon, there is a link in the description box below. We talked about YouTube ads. I can't monetize a lot of the content that I put on this channel, and your support on Patreon helps get me things like blends for review, camera equipment, and all that good stuff, and it's really appreciated. So this week we would like to thank our 25 and up supporters, people like Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Cody Striegler, Glenn, Gus, Jason Buckner, Jen O'Side, John Leone, Krisztian Kovacs, Joshua Jackson, Gloria Phillips, MD of the North, Ryan McFadin, and Matt Marino. But let's not forget our Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channel at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub, Bob Magee, and David Gaudreau. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Please watch the first impressions video of Germain's Brown Flake this Wednesday. Also Hitman, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then soon Valhalla, or not Valhalla, Valheim. We will be getting into HH Pure Virginia Flake soon. We will soon know, I guess I'll announce next week which of these blends you're going to want me to review after that. We will have some camera stuff hopefully soon when the weather improves. Just a lot of stuff and things coming up on the channel. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a pleasant Sunday, Stuff and Things. I'll see you later. All right, gang, and now it is time for hashtag Ask Stuff and Things. What's that noise? Okay.